Welcome back to our channel where we cover all things you need to know before moving to Colorado Springs, Colorado. Today I want to talk about what we spend as a family of 5 here in Colorado Springs. We've lived here for almost 10 years. We moved from Arizona and we did live in Texas, Florida, and my husband lived in California previously. So just want to kind of talk about what we spend realistically in Colorado Springs. Before I get started, if you're moving to the area, make sure and check out our relocation guide linked below or schedule a consultation with us for a free discovery call. I'm going to talk a little bit about what we spend and then what averages are for our city and then how we compare to the US. On average, it's 5% more expensive to live in Colorado Springs compared to the average in the US. And the biggest factor for that is housing for us. So we bought our house in 2015, so we paid $330,000 for the house. But if we were to buy the same house today, it would be closer to $700,000, which would drastically increase our mortgage payment. But you can get a home for a lower price. We do have a 3,300 square foot house, 6 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, 2-car garage. The starting home price in Colorado Springs for a smaller 1,200 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house is $400,000. And then the average sales price in Colorado Springs is $500,000. So let's go with the average of $500,000. If you're not putting a lot down, then your mortgage payment will probably be in the 3,000s. Obviously, it's going to vary on your interest rate, your credit score, how much you're putting down, if you're using a VA loan or a conventional loan, if you have mortgage insurance or not. If you are renting in the Springs, it can be a little bit cheaper right now just because of the interest rates and how high they are. We do have 3 rental properties here in the Springs, and one of our rentals is 2,800 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, a loft upstairs, an office, and a 2-car garage, and we charge $2,700 in rent for that home. If you were to buy that house, your payment would be more just because of the interest rate, but you kind of have to weigh it. Do you want to pay someone else's mortgage? Do you want to pay your own and start building equity? And that will be something that you will have to figure out. For us, we pay less in mortgage payments just because we did get the house so long ago and we have refinanced for a lower rate since then. So we spend monthly $1,638 for our mortgage payment. For utilities, the average in Colorado Springs is $250. We are a 5-person family, so it's me, my husband. We have a teenager, a 10-year-old, and then a 6-year-old. As you know, with kids, they don't know how to turn lights off, so the lights are on, TV's on, electronics are being used. We work from home. There are different service providers for utilities in Colorado Springs. Our house is serviced by Colorado Springs Utilities for gas, electric, and water. So we just have one provider, but depending on where you live in the city, it might be different. That's why I kind of gave an average, but for a family of 5, our utility bill, the highest has been $350. On average, our utility bill is $300. So it ranges from $250 to $350. Obviously, in the months that like March, April, where we're really not using the heater a lot and we don't have to turn the AC on yet, we're looking more at $250, $270, $280. And then in the winter months when we're using the furnace a lot, the heater, and in the summer months when we're cranking up the AC, it'll get over $300 and get close to that $350 mark. While we're still on housing costs, I do want to go over our homeowners insurance. We pay $1,800 a year. I will tell you that it's very hit or miss in Colorado Springs with homeowners insurance. There are pockets in the city that see a lot of hail in the summer, so their premiums have gone up. We do, like I said, have 3 rental properties, and our highest insurance is $1,900 a year. So ours ranges from $1,600 to $1,900 a year, but we have seen clients that have seen higher premiums like $2,000, $2,200, $2,400 a year. For an average, I would say you're going to spend about $2,000 a year if you're buying a $500,000 house. And that is overshooting a little bit. You can shop around. We do have a list of several insurance providers and insurance brokers where you can get the best deal, and usually you're going to get the best deal if you're bundling with other insurances. While we're talking about other insurances, let's go over our car insurance. We pay $381 a month and we have 3 cars. We have a Dodge Durango, a Jeep Grand Cherokee, and then a Kia Telluride. We don't have any kids on our insurance yet. Our son is about to turn 15, so next year when he turns 16, we add him. I will report back with how much that raised our insurance, but $380 for 3 cars, in my opinion, is not bad. And then And as far as gas, my husband and I are both realtors. Like I said, our kids are in sports, so we're driving them to sports 4 or 5 times a week. And we do go to the gym quite often. And then obviously for a job, we show people houses around town and drive around quite a bit. So our average mileage for a year is about 30 to 35,000 miles that we put on our cars between the two of us. And with that, obviously if you're just driving to and from work and you're not really at a job where you're commuting a lot like we are, showing houses, then that is going to be less. But with that being said, we spend an average of $300 to $450 on gas a month. Obviously in the months that we're showing more houses, driving around more, it's a little bit higher, towards that $450. And gas for unleaded here on average is $2.70 for unleaded, and then $3.45 for premium. Obviously this can vary. We are getting closer to an election, so the prices are better and have gotten better. They have fluctuated in the past. And then the big one that we have, our biggest variable expense, is grocery prices. Colorado Springs grocery prices are on average 1% lower than the national average, but we do spend quite a bit on groceries every month. So again, we're a family of 5 and our average is anywhere from $1,200 to $1,500 a month. We do buy quite a bit of things organic, usually meat, dairy, fruits and vegetables. We don't buy a ton of pre-made meals. We're usually buying like meat, rice, pasta, fresh fruits and vegetables. So that could be lower, but that's a realistic average, I would say. All right, while we're still talking about groceries, I do want to talk about how much we spend eating out, and that average for us is $300 to $400 a month. We don't really eat a lot of fast food unless nothing's open and we're coming back from traveling or something and we just don't have any food at home. But typically we're going out maybe once a week, and usually we're ordering like Panda or Chinese, or we're going to like an Italian restaurant or like a burger place or Texas Roadhouse. So we go out to eat or order in about once a week, and we spend $300 to $400 a month on that. So we used to go to Villa Spa and Lifetime Fitness. The last time we were signed up as members at Villa, we spent $240 a month for a family of 5. That cost has gone up, and I'm told that it's $280 a month for a family of 5 now. And then Lifetime is like neck and neck on pricing. I think it's $280 or $290. For us, that was great when our kids were little and were not in school, because they do have 2.5 hours of childcare included in that. But now that our kids are older and we go to the gym while they're at school, or we have a babysitter come, we don't go to those places anymore, just because almost $300 is a lot of money to me. So we have a membership at Vasa Fitness, which my husband goes to mostly. That's $10 a month for him, and they have like a sauna and everything. And then I just use Planet Fitness, and it's $10 a month. There are several sports camps, school camps throughout the year that you can put your kids in when they have a break or they don't have school. And those prices vary greatly, anywhere from $80 a week to $240 a week. We spend on average $120 a week when the kids are out on summer break. We do utilize babysitters quite a bit, and the going rate here in Colorado Springs for the babysitters that we use is $15 to $20 an hour. So that's something to keep in mind as well, if you need something that's a little bit more flexible and not your typical summer hour program. Which brings up for us kids activities. Our kids have done everything from football, soccer, martial arts, dancing, cheerleading. Right now they're all in the same martial arts school, and we have a family plan that we pay $398 a month for. So all of us can use that for kickboxing, taekwondo, jiu-jitsu, and the kids go usually 2 or 3 times a week. And then for adults, we could really go 4 to 5 times a week. A few other ones I wanted to talk about are internet, cell phone, healthcare expenses. So for internet and cable, we still have traditional cable through Xfinity, and we have a high-speed internet because we do work from home. We record these episodes from home. We spend $240 a month on internet, cable, and we have DVR box in 3 rooms. For cell phone, we're spending $180 a month. We have 3 lines on it, and then an iPad as well with internet. So when we're out working and we need to have internet access, we have that on there. And every one of us has an iPhone, so I think T-Mobile has the best rate here in the Springs, but don't quote me on that. We've compared it to other providers that have done like military or law enforcement kind of discounts, which is what we're on. We've never found a better deal, and we don't have a lot of issues with T-Mobile here in the Springs. And then the last one I wanted to talk about is health insurance. So my husband used to work for the city of Colorado Springs. He quit last March, and we're doing real estate together full time. So we're both self-employed, and he is a veteran. So he does get CHAMP VA through the Veterans Administration. So he has health care through them. And then because he is 100% disabled, he qualifies for CHAMP VA for us, which is like a secondary insurance, but we still need to have a primary insurance. So me and our 3 kids are on a health insurance plan that's $1,300 a month, and then we are paying for dental $70 a month for me and the kids, and then Ricky's is $40 a month for dental. And like I said, because he's 100% disabled and we have the CHAMP VA, whatever doesn't get covered by our primary insurance typically gets picked up by our secondary insurance. Before he had that rating and before we had that secondary insurance, we spent an average of $4,000 to $6,000 a year on like copays, prescriptions, things that weren't covered with insurance, and deductibles, and that's what we spend on average for that. If you have any more questions on any other specific costs or what we spend on other things, please leave a comment below. I'd be happy to share, and hopefully this was helpful.